Okay, so what were you doing when you were 19?
When I was 19 years old, gosh, that was a long time ago, I was at the University of Portland. I played Division I soccer for them. I was a fine arts, I had a fine arts major and that I was working on, and I just had hopes and dreams to play in the World Cup one day.
And then, so were you always involved with sports your whole life?
My whole life. I did gymnastics when I was a really little girl, was an elite level gymnast, and ended up having an injury, went into soccer and 3D eventing with horses. Always very active, always in the gym. My mom actually worked at a gym. And then went into more soccer in regards to select teams and things like that, and that's kind of where it ended up.
So because, like, it seems like your family has a very, like, athletic background, do you think that kind of pushed you in that direction?
My dad loved watching the Olympics and sports.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, that was always kind of our thing to do. And I loved watching people go to a higher level.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought that was really interesting and very attractive to me personally. And I can remember from the time I was really little, I decided to be in the Olympics. And I think I was like 4 or 5 watching Olga Corbett and Nadia Comaneci do gymnastics and thinking I will be in the Olympics one day. So that was kind of, background. My dad's actually from Pittsburgh. My great uncle played for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, wow.
So we've had definitely a lot of sports in our lives. And my dad was always taking us outside and playing sports with us.
So it's always been a
Yeah,
passion.
always. And I had all brothers, 3 brothers and me. So I didn't really have a choice.
So, what were you gonna do with, like, your fine arts?
My mom was an artist,
Mhm.
and she had an art school at our house. So between the sports, my mom was the art person, and so that was always interesting to me, and I really enjoyed it. I think with the extremeness physically with sports, the art was more my mind and my expression that way, and I really liked it. I always excelled at art. My brother was a graphic design artist, and I thought that I was very passionate about it. I knew that I could do it forever. Even if I couldn't do my sport, I could always do art. And so I just thought it would be something that I could make money at and love doing. And to me, that was really important. I wanted to have a job that I was very passionate about, because then it would be as if I didn't have a job.
And do you still kind of, like, add art into, like, your daily life now, or?
Not so much, just because we own a CrossFit gym and do nutrition. I think there's aspects to it because we have to create programs for people. We work with people and kind of take their life and create nutrition plans around it and things like that. So I think creativity is an aspect of everything I do.
Yeah.
It might not be that I'm actually drawing or doing anything like that, but it's still a creative kind of aspect, I guess.
See, like, for me, like, I don't know what I'm going to major in at all. Like, I have a really hard time, like, deciding. I have a lot of hobbies, but it's like, I don't know, like, when do you tell yourself, okay, this hobby is my passion, I want to do this forever? Like, how did you, like, decide, like, this is what I'm going to do?
I think, well, a lot of things happened for me. I ended up redshirting one season in college, and I decided that I wanted to get a job. First real job I ever had in my life. And I worked at a pizza joint. And I remember you had to make the pizzas in there and everything. And I remember I think it was really fun to do something that people appreciated. And I really enjoyed helping people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if they got a really good pizza, they would always tell me thank you. And if I was really nice to them, it really made their day better.
Yeah.
And I realized that I was very passionate about that. And I started to just kind of collect things that I enjoyed doing. I enjoyed being around people. I enjoyed a skill of some sort that made other people happy. And I started to go, I went from that job, I went into an investment company. And I enjoyed that, but I didn't enjoy how kind of you weren't around a lot of people.
Yeah.
And so what I did is I just got out in the world and started to do different jobs and started to find what I found. Not only was I good at it, but I enjoyed it. And I coached soccer, I did different things in my life. And I just found things that I thought were fun. When you're young, I think the experience is very important. And to also sit down, and I've always done this my whole life, and write down what you love doing and what you're good at. And if you do those things, you're gonna find something. And then this class that you're taking, I think, is wonderful because it's expanding your ideas of what's out there.
Yeah.
And because right now you might not know what's out there, and so you could be a perfect fit for a company that you don't even know exists. And
Yeah.
so you might find yourself in just a job that you take just to make money rather than a job that you love and you don't even care if you get paid.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what you're looking to do.
And it's hard to like find a job that you love but makes really good money.
Absolutely. But if you
Yeah.
if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. And but I've always thought about, I've had a lot of people who are very passionate about doing things like bodybuilding and things like that. But it costs a lot of money to do that. So one of the things I always tell people is if you're gonna do something you love, look at how much it costs you. And then is there a way to make money from that? Try to find a way to create something that can fit into what you love, like figure competitions. I did the nutrition.
Yeah.
So I found that there was a way to do something within something I loved that I could make money and still do my competitions. So that's one thing that you could do to start to think about stuff like that.
And then, so you did do a lot of things before you settled into.
Absolutely. I think everybody does in college. I even think people who graduate college with a degree that they feel is what they want
Yeah.
tend to get into the workplace and find something else that they love even
Yeah.
more.
So it wasn't just like this straight line. There was just like mess everywhere.
Yeah, you just kind of figured it out. But I do believe if you can have somebody, a mentor of some type that can expand your ideas, somebody that's older, somebody maybe not your parent,
Yeah.
because most people don't listen to their parents, just friends and people that you trust that can kind of guide you a little bit better.
Yeah.
I think it's over.
And then just an ending question.
Okay.
With your life experience, what advice would you give for the future generations?
Geez, that's a tough one. To talk to people who've been there and done it, who've experienced it, and then be willing to not necessarily do everything they say, but to find wisdom in that. Because I think the difference between wisdom and experience, wisdom is the ability to listen and learn and not to do. Experience is you don't listen, but you have to go through it and figure it out for yourself. And not that either one's better than the other. I think experience has a lot of teaching and training, but there's something to say for wisdom that I think is just beyond. If you can listen to people who've been there and done it and you don't have to do it again, that's so smart. So, and I think a lot of people just don't look at people who are older that as if they have any value, and they do. They can share so much wisdom with you. And read more books.
More books.
Yes, that your generation, it's all about the phone.
Yeah.
It's not about
for sure.
books, and there are some great books out there that were written in the 1800s that literally can shape you right now.
Yeah.
That are incredible. So, and obviously, and other books, not just those books, but.
All right. Well, thank you.
You are welcome.
Oh.